Okay, so we are doing an upper body workout this morning. You want to have multiple size weights because as those weights start to get heavy, you want to drop down in weight size so that you can keep your form top notch. Every exercise that we do today, we're going to do for 45 seconds. We're going to rest for 15 and then do the exact same exercise for 45 seconds before we move on to the next. And then we're just going to go down that list and get a good upper body workout. So we're going to warm ourselves up and start this. So if you want to have music on in the background, feel free to do that. And let's do this. So we're just going to start by marching it out, getting those arms moving. As those arms and legs are moving, nice big deep breaths. Good. Let's raise those arms up over our head and back down. Again. Awesome. Widen up those legs and side to side. Nice and easy, nothing too extreme as we're just warming up. Here we go. And some hamstring curls, bring those elbows back, knees bent, foot to your bum. Squatting down, raising those arms up nice and high, stretching out that core. As you squat down, bum back, weight in your heels. Awesome. And back feet nice and light, nothing too big, arms swinging. And step up, jack. So stepping out just that one leg, keeping your weight on the other leg that is planted on the floor. We're going to turn those into some reverse lunges. So you're either just going to do actually, let's just step back, pushing that heel towards the ground. Feeling that calf stretch out. Keeping that core engaged. Ooh. Balance. We're going to turn those into a full lunge if you can. Otherwise, keep that back leg straight. Awesome. And then march it out, picking those knees up higher. And fast feet again, a little faster now. Let's widen up those legs. And punch it out, jab cross. Rotating in your core, punching to the corners of the box. And to the floor. Still punching to the corners of the box. Letting those knees bounce, rotating your core. And to the sky. Stretching out that big back. Reaching to the sky. And we're going to turn those into uppercuts. Punching somebody's belly way out in front of you. And then twisting those wrists while we step side to side. Other direction. All right, so we are going to jump into our workout. Like I said, 45 seconds, 15 seconds rest, and then the same exercise for 45 seconds. We are going to start with our 3-point row. When you're doing your row, you want to have a nice soft bend in those knees, a forward lean. Okay, we don't want to be too far over unless you really want to make that back work. You can be standing up nice and tall here as well. Pulling one elbow back towards your hip, bringing it back, other side, and then both. If you're leaning over, make sure that core is really strong And that pelvis has a slight tuck. You're keeping your back nice and strong. 1, 2, and then 3. All right. We're going to start our timer for 45 seconds here. In 3, 2, and 1. So making sure you've got that nice soft bend in your knees. Throwing one arm, then the other arm, and then resting, or then both, and then that full reset. Exhaling as you're pulling that arm back, bringing that hand towards your hip. Nice and strong. Coming up to 10 seconds, and then we've got 15 seconds rest. In 5, 3, 2, rest. So we have 15 seconds rest because we're going and doing the exact same exercise, putting a bit of extra strain on those muscles. We've got 5 seconds, then we're going to go right into it. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. One arm, other arm, and then both. Pay attention to what your core is doing. Lower those weights nice and slow, forcing that back to work. Bringing that hand back towards your hip, not towards your armpit. Shoulders away from your ears. Coming up to 15 seconds here, and then we're going to move on to a new exercise. Core strong, breath flowing, less than 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay, we're doing front and lateral raises. So we are bringing one arm forward, one arm out to the side, and then you're either going to lower it down, or when you're up, you're going to rotate up and back down. Make sure your core is really strong, your knees are unlocked. We're going to start that in 3, 2, and 1. So we exhale, raising those arms up. Inhale as you slowly lower, switch side. Exhale up, and then lower. If you're using a heavier weight, lowering it down will make that easier. And if you're going to keep those arms up as you rotate, make sure your core is super strong as you're rotating those arms. Pay attention to your torso, making sure you're facing forward that whole time. Exhaling as you reach up, 10 seconds, and then we have 15 seconds rest before doing that again. 3, 2, and 1, rest. You've got 15 seconds. Repeating the same thing. Knees unlocked, core strong, pelvis tucked slightly under. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we raise it up, and then either lower or move it down, or move it over. Up, rotate. As you're rotating, keep yourself facing forward. Don't let that torso rotate. It's just the arm. Woo. Keeping nice control. Remember, you can either move your arms while they're up, or you can do that when you're down. Depending on where you are today, paying attention to your body and what you can do to the best of your ability right now. 10 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay, moving on. We're going to do an alternating snatch. That means we're going to use one weight. We're going to raise that weight way up over our heads and switch. There's going to be a slight squat in there. If your knees are hurting, just do a slight little bend as you really pull, leading with your elbow, bringing it up to the sky. As you drop, keep that elbow up, then switch, and up you go. If you're going to add in that squat, go nice and low, pushing through those heels so that weight can rocket up to the sky, and then switch in your squat. All right, we're going to start this in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Raise that elbow up first. If you're doing it in the squat, switch in that squat. If you're taking out that squat, keep those knees slightly bent. And then you're really using those muscles instead of momentum. Awesome. You got it. Keeping that core strong, no matter what level you're doing, and body nice and straight as you bring that weight up to the sky. 10 seconds before we rest. And 3, 2, and rest for 15 seconds. Now's the time to switch your weight size if you feel you want to go heavier or if you need to go lighter. We've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, here we go. So you can either add that squat in to push through those heels, or you can take that squat out and just really force that arm. Bum can go back as you push that pelvis forward. You got it. Nice, strong core, keeping it engaged. Oh, looks really good, ladies. Leading with that elbow. Final 15 here. As you squat down, still pay attention to those knees that they're going out. Last few seconds. Final one, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay, ladies, grab your water while I explain the next one if you need it. Although the next one does not need much explaining, we're doing bicep curls. All right, so these bicep curls, you're going from regular bicep to an angled curl. So you're going to curl yourself up and slowly lower. Then you're going to angle your arms out and curl it up and lower, and then bring it back forward. Okay, we are going to start this. Make sure that that pelvis is tucked slightly under, which helps keep that core engaged. Knees are unlocked. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So we curl it up and slowly lower, which makes those muscles really work. Then we angle those arms out to the side. Curl it up and lower. Good. Your core is engaged. Knees are slightly bent, just unlocked. And then making sure that bum is not sticking out the back, that you're keeping it just that little bit tucked to help keep that core engaged. You got it. 15 seconds. Then we get a 15-second rest. Lower it nice and slow, making those muscles work. That's where the gold is. 3, 2, and rest. We've got 15 seconds. 15. Now 10 seconds. All right, in 5, we're going to do that all over again. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So we curl it up. Slowly lower. If you like to count to 4 as you lower. Very nice. Good control. Shoulders pulled away from your ears. We're at halfway. Lower it nice and slow. Feel those weights get heavier as you lower every time. 10 seconds. Woo-hoo. 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. All right. We're going to move on. We have a Y raise. Oh, those Y raises are so painful and so good. So with the Y raise, as these start to get heavy, please drop down in weight so that you keep yourself nice and strong in your form. Feet are hip width apart. You have a slight bend in those knees. We are going to exhale as we raise those arms up into a Y. Inhale as we slowly lower back down. Okay, exhale Y, inhale back down. If you need to, you can add a bend in those arms. It's going to make it a little bit easier. If you need to, though, I recommend dropping down in weight so you can get that full Y and make those shoulders really work at the top. Okay? We're going to start that in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So really keep that core strong. Exhale quick. Inhale as you slowly lower it back down. Weight in your heels, especially as you lower. Woo-wee. Big wide. And slowly lower it back down. 15 seconds. Whew. 10. 3. Last one. 2. And rest. Awesome. Okay, so pay attention to where your form was at the end of that 45 seconds. If you need to, drop your weight size. I'm dropping weight size so I can stay strong. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Exhale, raise. Inhale, slowly lower. Remember, if you need to, you can add that slight bend in your arms. So that lever is a little bit shorter. But we want those arms to widen up nice and big. Nice, strong body. Awesome, ladies. Make sure that bum is not sticking out. Woo! Less than 10 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Holy smoke. Okay, take a quick little breather. We are going to do side bends. So with our side bend, we've got one arm up. The side that's not holding the weight is the side that's doing the work. Okay, so we're going to inhale as we lower the weight and stretch out that muscle. And then we're going to exhale as we bring it back up. Focusing on squeezing here. Okay, this is what's doing the work. We'll do each side, the regular pattern. Okay, so weight in that left hand. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, stretch. Feel free to add in that extra little crunch on the side. Go a little bit past that midway point. Focusing, feeling that stretch, scrunch. Keeping that other arm up, low shoulders. Make sure you're bending sideways and not forward. We've got 5, 3, 2, and rest for 15 seconds. We're going to do the same side. Breathe it out. Keep the muscles that little big break. All right. Again, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, scrunch. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that muscle stretch as you slowly lower and then quickly squeeze. Halfway. All right, we've got 10 seconds here. 3, 2, and rest. All right, we're going to quickly go to that next side. Come on, timer. I think we'll go back. Okay, ready? Switching arms in your right arm. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So inhale, stretch. Exhale, stretch. Feel that muscle stretch out and then pay attention to scrunching it. You want to make sure we're using the muscle that we're trying to work. Your core is still engaged here. Don't let that falter. Knees unlocked. You got it. Keep that breath flowing. Focus on your muscles. All right, we've got 5, 4, last one. And rest for 15 seconds. Resting. All right. One more time. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stretch. Your core is still engaged. Belly button pulled into your spine. It's hard to try and keep that engaged while we're stretching the other way. That's why you need to focus. Good. Nice and slow as you lower the weight. Quick deep stretch. Less than 10 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do a hammer curl with a chest opener. So when you do your hammer curl, your hands are facing your hips. You're going to curl up to your shoulders, resting those weights on your shoulders. You're going to focus on squeezing those shoulder blades back and down, and then bringing it back to resting position. If you want to make this harder, as you lift those weights, you're going to keep them off of your shoulders and support with those biceps. And then you're going to open up that chest, really focusing on shoulder blades back and down. Okay? Bring it back to reset. We're going to do this in 5. Grab a quick bit of water if you need it, actually. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So we hammer curl it up, open shoulder blade back and down, back to center, slowly release the hammer curl. Squeezing those shoulder blades back and down. We're not just opening up with the chest, okay? We're focusing on the muscles we want to use, which is those shoulders. Nice controlled motion. Remember, we're here for control, not speed when we're weightlifting. 3, 2, and 1. We've got 15 seconds. Nice adjustments there. That's awesome. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we curl it up. We open up that chest as we squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. If you pay attention to my elbows, you'll see that they lower as I open, right? I squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. It's an intentional movement. There we go. Yes. Keep nice and strong, core engaged. Remember, you can always leave those weights resting on your shoulders as you open up. We've got less than 10 seconds. 3, last 1, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay, moving on. We have our net. So our net, you really want to make sure that your weight size is lower for this because we're going to be bringing them way up over our head. With your arnett, your palms are facing out. You're going to exhale, raising those arms up over your head. Turn them, bring them down into a curl. Exhale, bring them back up, and then reset back to normal, bringing those weights all the way to the center. The reason you want to use a lighter weight here is because we don't want to be rocking our bodies, staying nice and strong. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So we exhale up, Inhale as we bring those hands down. Exhale, push them back up, rotate those palms out, and then lower. Nice and slow as you're lowering those weights, quick as you're raising them up. Shoulders away from your ears, core engaged, knees unlocked. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Resting for that 15 seconds. If you're starting to feel that in your shoulders and your neck, really make sure that you're using a lighter weight and shoulders are away from your ears as you do this. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Exhale up. Bring it down. Push back. Lower. Strong core, especially of those arms up over your head. You want to make sure that you're keeping that pelvis tilted. Okay, we don't want that bottom sticking out. Tilt the pelvis in. Help keep that core really strong. And control. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, moving on, we have our Mac raises. Mac raises is one arm, or both arms go forward, and then we pull one elbow back. So we exhale, raise those arms up, pulling one elbow back, and then resetting. So from the side, pelvis tucked under, core engaged. We exhale, pull one elbow back at shoulder height, bring it back, and then reset back down. If you're using heavier weights, your body's going to try and rock. Do not let that happen. Okay, nice strong body, core engaged, pelvis tucked to help with that core engagement. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Exhale up, elbow back, and then reset. Alternating which arm is getting pulled back. Shoulders away from your ears and using control here. As you bring that elbow back, focus on squeezing those back muscles and not just using the rear deltoid, okay? You want to use all the muscles that we can. Squeeze at the back. Pelvis tucked under, knees unlocked, core strong. 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. We've got 15 seconds. We're going to do that all over again. We're doing good. We're going down that list. We're almost done. Okay, we've got 5 seconds. One more time. Knees unlocked, core strong, pelvis tucked. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Exhale, raise it up. Squeeze that shoulder blade back and down as you're bringing the elbow back. You can choose to just use your shoulder, your real deltoid, but that's not going to give you more full body workout, upper body workout. So squeeze that back muscle as you're bringing that elbow back. What's your core doing? What's your pelvis up to? Tuck it under, keep strong. Okay, we've got 10 seconds. And rest. You got it. Okay, we're going to our triceps now. We're going to do tricep push back. So when we do our tricep push back, we've got a little bend in our knees and we're leaning it over. The reason we lean it over is as we push those arms up, we don't want to be arching our back to try and get them up, okay? So by leaning, it gives us that extra bit of movement. You can bring those weights all the way back down to your hand or to your hip to give that muscle a slight break, or you can force those arms higher and really make those triceps and the rear deltoid work, okay? Do you want 5 pounds or less for this? All right. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Oh, I'm not even using 5. I've got my 2-pound weight. Pushing those up to the sky. You've got a bend in those knees, back bent, or a bend at the hip, and breathing. So remember, you can bring those weights all the way down to your hip, or you can keep them up. Core needs to stay strong here. Shoulders away from your ears. 15 seconds. Make sure you're pushing with that weak side as well and not just letting it follow along with the strong side. We've got 5, 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 15. Full body rest. Whew! Feeling that. Okay, 5 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. If you want, Denise, you can just give me a little twist in a core. If you don't want to just do a one arm, your call. I can tell you when it's halfway if you need to switch. Core strong. Let's engage those Kegel muscles as well. And switch sides if you're doing one arm. And that was if you're doing one arm holding a child. Otherwise, we're using both arms here. Woo, woo. I'm doing full down now. We've got 10 seconds. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Oh my God, that was a good one. Okay, give your body a slight little break here. We're going to move on to uppercut. So when we do uppercuts, we are punching somebody in the gut, okay? So we're bringing that arm up and we're scooping those arms up, okay? So from the side, we bring those arms down and then up. Ooh. Okay? Ready? You want to have a nice soft bend in those knees and allow your body to move with it, okay? Don't feel you have to be rigid and just using your arms. The more you move, the more muscles you use. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hey, let's focus on keeping our Kegel muscles engaged here, okay? So core strong, Kegels engaged. You got it, breath flowing, punching somebody in the gut or under their chin, but not raising them way up high, okay? That's not what we're doing. We're keeping them low. 15 seconds. Yes, that looks awesome, ladies. Knees bent, core strong. We've got 5, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Breathing it out. We've got 10 seconds left. Drop your weights if you need to. Give a nice core rotation. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Punch it out. If you happen to have to hold your baby right now, then just give me a nice core rotation. Breath flowing. Pull that belly button towards your spine and rotate. Yes. Use those weights. Keep yourself nice and strong here. Coming up to 15 seconds. You got it. You're almost there. Stay strong. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay. We are going to go down to the ground for our final 4 exercises. So we're going to start with a 3-point chest press, which means we do a chest press with one arm and then the other arm. And then we do 2 arms. All right. Ooh. Gotta make sure you can see me properly. Okay. So when you're doing your chest press, you want to make sure your core is really strong. Feet planted firmly on the floor. Okay, so from here, you have your arms at a T. You're going to exhale, push up with one weight. As you release, make sure those elbows are staying off the floor. Then you're going to push the other side up, release, and then both up at the same time. All right, we're starting. Once I can get my timer. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So elbows are staying off the ground, pushing one arm up and slowly lowering. Make sure your core is strong. As you lower, that's where those muscles are using all of their strength. That's where all of that change happens. So make sure you're not going too fast, that you're lowering down with nice, slow control. Ten seconds on your first 45. 3, 2, and rest for your 15. So make sure your Kegel muscles are engaged here, okay? Core strong, ready, 3, elbows ready, 2, and 1. Here we go. Push up with one side, release. Other side, release, and then both. When you're pushing up with both, your weaker side is going to try and just follow along. So let's focus on pushing with that weak side so that our strong side can just go along for the rest. Amazing when you actually focus how much more that muscle really has to work, because it's not just following along with the path of least resistance. Final 10 seconds here. Here we go. We've got 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to use one weight for our next exercise. We're going to do a belt crusher and then an ab curl. So with your one weight in hand, holding it on either side, you're going to keep those elbows pointed up to the ceiling as you bring the weight towards the top of your head. And then you're going to raise it up to the ceiling and then just lift your shoulders up off the floor and then reset. Okay? So inhale back, exhale up, push to the ceiling and reset. If pushing to the ceiling is going to be too much, then I want you to curl your body towards your knees and then bring it back. Make sure you're strong forward and then lower it back down. Okay? We're going to start this in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So inhale as you bring that weight towards your head. Exhale as you raise it up towards the ceiling, pulling that belly button down towards the floor. Or curling that weight all the way to your knees. Have that nice natural curl. Nice and slow as you're stretching out those muscles in your triceps, lowering it with control, keeping those elbows parallel and not winging out to the side. We've got 3, 2, and rest. 15 seconds rest. We're going to do that all over again. Going nice and slow as you're bringing that weight towards the top of your head for your skull crusher. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Keeping that core engaged, belly button pulled down towards the floor, Kegel muscles strong, and of course, breath flowing. You're either lifting that weight up to the ceiling or curling it down towards your knee. 15 seconds. Core strong the whole time. Do not disengage. 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay, quick swig of water. Then we're going to move on to some tricep push-ups. That's right, from one tricep exercise to another. Okay, so with your tricep push-up, we are going to focus on the lowering phase. So what you're going to do is if you're in a tabletop, you want to make sure that your hands are right underneath your shoulders. You are slightly going to lean forward and you're going to bring that weight forward to touch your nose to the ground, elbows stay tucked in, and then pushing back up. Notice how my body shifts forward and then back. When we hinge with triceps, it's a forward hinge versus a straight down. If you're on your knees, you're in a nice straight line, focusing on tucking those elbows in and then pushing up. Because we're focusing on the down, if you need to, bring yourself up and then restate yourself so that you can lower with control and then bring it back up. Okay? So make sure your core is really strong here. Yeah. Ready? If you're unable to be on your knees, let's go some extra skull crushers, Tiara. Okay? Depending on where you are right now. Yeah. Ready? Oh, you can actually give me an overhead extension. Okay? Let's do this in 3, 2, and 1. So make sure that weight travels forward so that you can use those arms to actually bring yourself back up. Feet engaged, toes on the floor. And of course, because those triceps are itty bitty muscles, it's okay to adjust when you need to into whichever position will help you be strong. Three, 2, and rest. 15 seconds. Give your wrists a little break, roll them out. All right, 5 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So go to the level that is hardest for you right now. Do that one as much as you can before you dial it down. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Okay. Woo. We've got one more exercise to go. So our final exercise is a rotating plank. So because we were just on our wrists, you can do this rotating plank on your elbows. If being on your knees with a rotating plank is too much, then I want you to do a side plank on one side. Okay? Now, depending on where you are, it could just be as simple as having your bum on the floor and then just lifting up and lowering back down. Sorry, having one leg straight out, lift that hip and lower, or you're going to hold it nice and strong. Or if you are going to rotate, you can rotate on your knees or your toes, switching sides, pushing that hip up to the sky. All right. In your position, whether you're doing a side plank on one side. Awesome. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So rotating that plank, nice controlled motion. It's not about speed here. Holding that side plank for just a jiffy before you rotate to the other side. Belly button pulled in. your core nice and strong. We've got 5, 3, 2, and rest. 15 seconds rest. If you're doing a side plank on one side, go ahead and switch sides. Awesome adjustment, Sierra, according to your injury. We've got 5. Hello, baby darling. I see you. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So whether you're on your knees or your toes or you're holding that side plank, make sure your breath is flowing. Belly button pulled into your spine. Hold that side plank for a moment before you go back to rotating. "15 seconds. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Okay, we did it. Let's quickly go on our back and bring our knees up to our chest and just rest there for a moment. Giving your body that break to just rest. You can rock side to side. Big deep breath. Straighten out one leg to the floor, keeping that other leg bent, and cross it over your body. And then the arm of that bent leg, I want you to open and close your chest. So bring that arm over to the other one. And then open it up. Feeling that rotation in your chest. One more. And then bring that knee back up, straighten out that leg, and switch sides. Cross that other body. And then we're going to open and close our chest again. Last one. Bring that knee back up. And then let's get ourselves up into a seated position. Lovely, ladies. Legs straight out in front of you. Leading with your heart, sitting up nice and tall. Let's start with bringing our toes back towards us, stretching out our calves. And then we're going to lift our feet as we point our toes. Point, 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 squeeze. And then bring those heels back to the floor, pulling your toes back. And then leading with our hearts, we're going to lean forward, keeping our back nice and straight. And then lean it over a bit more, increase your stretch. If this is a really tight one for you, you can bend your knees and you'll still feel an awesome hamstring stretch, depending on your flexibility, wherever you're at today. And release that stretch, bringing those feet in together, knees out. And then sitting over, opening up those hips. Keeping your breath flowing. And release. Bringing those legs out to the side. And then leaning forward, feeling that stretch in your inner thighs. Reaching to one leg, bringing that arm up and over. Switch side. And release. I'm just going to stop the recording. Give me one moment. Thanks for joining our recorded workout.